because fear keeps you in survivor mode. Fear keeps you in survivor mode. Let me take these off here. And I'm going to say something most people aren't ready to hear. I'm just going to be 100% forward and blunt with what I'm going to say. Deep down, we all know that something doesn't really add up. We all feel that. People aren't miserable because they're ungrateful. People aren't miserable because they are not, appreciating what they have. No. People are miserable because money doesn't go anywhere anymore. Money does not have the same bang it used to. And we're all feeling that. A lot of people feel like they work harder. A lot of people feel like they may work, work, and work, and they have nothing to show for it after they work. After those long hours, a lot of them don't have anything even to save. It's so difficult to save. A lot of people are stressing more because of that. Meanwhile, your life gets more expensive every single day. The gap between everyone else is not shrinking, it's accelerating. If this is why you see more and more wealthy individuals or more and more headlines about certain wealthy individuals, but you see the majority suffering. There's an illusion that a lot of us get told and sold when we've been getting sold this since we were kids. And I'm not saying just my generation, but previous generations. The system works best when people are afraid. Fear is a tool. People aren't avoiding families because they don't want kids. This is not true. I hear this all the time, especially from the older generation. They say your generation, Daniel, doesn't want to have kids because you guys don't want to take responsibility. I disagree with that. I think we're avoiding families because we're scared. We're scared of what? What are we scared about? We're scared of rent. We're scared of groceries. We're scared of health care. We're scared of daycare. Basic survival right now in today's world, 2026, is more than a full-time job can support. If you don't believe me, ask the people around you. The average person struggles day to day, living paycheck to paycheck. But yet, we're supposed to take on the burden of bringing someone into this world and taking care of them. I disagree with that. And I'm going to stand on that. We need to break that cycle. We need to break that cycle. Now, what does this fear do to people? The end result is that this fear kills the motivation to have a family. It kills the vision of having a family. And that fear quietly but surely steals our future. Because instead of us having children and building the legacy from a family, a lot of us are fearful. And that makes us stop and think that being a W-2 employee and wondering why you don't have freedom is like eating fast food every day and wondering why you're not healthy. Or like running on a treadmill and wondering why you're not going anywhere. You're not progressing. You're not advancing. And that is what that illusion entails. Motion is not progress. Just because you're moving doesn't mean that you're progressing. Security is not freedom. That is something that needs to be understood. But here's the part that nobody wants to talk about. Here's the part that everyone tends to look away from, tend to ignore. This is the thing that people don't want to talk about. And we're already in a recession. You may not agree with me. You may think this is not true, but we've actually been in one since 2020. And you can look at the numbers and the economic data to support that. But the government won't call it that, obviously, because panic is dangerous. Panic will set the herd into a frenzy and everyone will lose their shit. So instead, they sell stability, they sell progress, they sell just wait, things are gonna get better, things are gonna improve. They look bad now, but in the next year, once we get so and so in office, once we get certain Democratic parties or Republican parties in office, then things will change. Because fear keeps you in survivor mode. Fear keeps you in survivor mode. Let me take these off here. Fear keeps you in survivor mode. And when you're in survivor mode, you don't think about long term. You don't think about a plan. You don't think about building wealth. If tomorrow is not secure, then tomorrow doesn't matter. So why would you spend time building wealth, setting yourself up for success tomorrow when you don't even know if you're going to be alive tomorrow? If tomorrow doesn't matter, ownership doesn't matter. And if ownership doesn't matter, then control doesn't matter. You don't care about being in control. You give up your control if you have no ownership. And if you have no ownership, then you have no control. See what I'm saying? Because everything you see is curated. Politics, media, news, healthcare, banking, entertainment, even your employer. Because you only see the surface. You don't see the whole machine behind the curtain. Nobody does. There's a lot of certain things that happen without our knowledge that influence us every single day because we're taught that there are good guys and there are bad guys. But what if, let me give you a mind experiment. What if the people who claim to fight evil were actually the friends of the evil people? Hmm. Let that sink in for a second. What if the people who claimed to fight evil, to protect people, to provide freedom and liberty and human rights were actually friends with the people they were so-called fighting against? The Epstein case didn't expose individuals, it exposed power. Okay, it just confirmed the illusion of this bipartisan thing that we call left, right, Democrat, Republican. It's the same team. They play for the same team. Okay, Democrats or Republicans are two hands to the same body. They argue in public. They make it seem like they're divided and they're against each other and they hate each other. But in reality, behind the scenes, when money is thrown their way, they will concede to whatever. They will work together behind the scenes to make sure that they get money from the government, from taxpayers, from wherever. But we think it's different. Wake up. Wake up. You need to wake up. If you're hearing this, you need to wake up because you might be thinking, Daniel, you're scaring me. You're making me feel so anxious. I'm so scared. That's not my intention, is to scare you. I don't want to scare you. I'm not here to scare you. Who am I to scare you? I'm not telling you anything that I haven't seen myself and I haven't done research on. And maybe I felt that way at first too. But what I'm doing is I'm being honest so that way you can wake up. You can see what's really happening behind the scenes so you can build wealth and you can have your freedom. That's the truth. Because the real danger isn't seeing how the system works. The real danger is staying comfortable and hoping that the Sky Daddy or a president or the government will come and take care of you and save you. That will never happen. That will never happen. Hope is not a strategy. Hoping and wishing is not a strategy. It's like gambling. You're gambling with your future, you're gambling with your freedom. The first step towards control is awareness, being aware of what's going on, not being gullible to whatever you're being told. doing research, making sure that the data and the facts make sense to you. It makes sense to what you're looking to do and your purpose and your goal. So the real question is, what are you doing to protect your future? If you're not mastering a high value skill right now and using it to build freedom or build a business, you're exposed. It doesn't matter if you're young or old. There are no excuses anymore. We live in a time where information is at your fingertips. There are no excuses. Oh, I'm too old. I don't know how to do this. Oh, I'm too young. They don't let me. There's no excuses. Do you want to have freedom? Do you want to live a life worth living or not? And if you don't, that's fine. If you do, that's fine. But what are you going to do about it? Not just financially, but mentally, you have to prepare because constant financial pressure destroys clarity long before it destroys your bank account. It's true. This is why real estate matters to me, at least. Not because it's glamorous, not because it's easy, because real estate creates ownership. Ownership creates leverage, and leverage creates options. That's what I'm here to do is create options because options will create freedom and freedom from panic, freedom from reacting, freedom to think clearly instead of surviving. That is freedom. That freedom is what restores sanity. That's what allows you to live a life well lived, to live a fulfilling life when you're sane and comfortable your in the environment that you created for yourself. Because sanity is the foundation of fulfillment. And that's why investing in real estate, in my opinion, and buying real estate businesses is one of the strongest bets you can make on yourself. Not as a shortcut, but as a foundation to your freedom. And look, if this made you a little uncomfortable, hey, that's good. That's good because discomfort is where awareness begins. Okay. That's what this is meant to wake you up. I have no skin in the game to do this. You're not paying me. You're not, sending me gifts. I have no skin in the game. If you take this advice, great. If you don't, no big deal. Doesn't hurt me. But what does hurt me is me not being honest and me not being upfront because tomorrow someone may use this information to help someone else. And that's it. Let this push you differently so that way you can act intentionally. Stop copying the crowd. Stop following everyone. And realize that when everyone is doing something, it usually means it may not be the best thing to do. Because if everyone could be rich, then why isn't everyone rich? If everyone is doing something, what is so special about it? Because no one is gonna come and save you. This is the reality. So at the end of the day, either you do or you don't. The choice is up to you. But there's no excuses. Don't make excuses. If you don't achieve what you want to in life, just own it. If you do achieve what you want to in life, own it. Live with your decisions. But now is the time for you to take action. And if you want to learn more about real estate, I have plenty of content on my YouTube page, on my website, on my social media, breaking down different ways to become wealthy, different hacks of real estate. If you have no money, if you have money, go ahead and look at my information on YouTube. And if you're interested in collaborating, my contact information is in the description below. Until then, question everything. Peace.